Right, guys. It's day 96, I believe. And if you haven't noticed already, I'm on a different setup today, different camera. I've decided to record this on my laptop because I couldn't be bothered to turn my computer on, in all honesty. And I mean, it's good to kind of change up the angle of the video anyway. So, yeah, to be honest, like yesterday, my video is doing pretty well. It's quite annoying because I paid to have a video edited like 4 days prior to that, like a proper edited one, and it hasn't done nearly as well as a video that I did on about 3 hours sleep, having been awake for the whole day and the whole day prior to that on 3 hours sleep. So I was like tired. I don't know what came out of my mouth. I usually upload the videos. I don't look back on what I've said, but I don't think it's anything that I'm too proud of. But that's what happens 2 days after. Sorry, that's what happens after you've uploaded for 96 days, 95 days in a row. I mean, someone commented and said, hold on, I'll read this to you. He said something along the lines, I find it real quick, hold on. He said, thanks. Super villain TJ says, thanks for, so he said four with the number. Thanks for wasting 5 minutes of my life just rambling. I replied to, I was like, bro, it's your fucking problem for watching the whole video back. But I mean, yeah, I'm not proud of yesterday's video. I don't know what I said, to be honest, but I mean, some videos are going to have value in them, some of the videos aren't. That's what happens when you record these at the end of every day. So yeah, but I mean, not that I intend to provide too much value here, but I'll do the best I can. Long story short, yeah, I've been grinding the last few days, and I mean, we're going to the gym, of course. That was my goal, not for the year, but the goal as I started this series. I was saying that I was going to go to the gym consistently, which I've been doing. Are there many visible gains? I mean, somewhat to myself, maybe it's just bias, I don't know. But, I mean, maybe 6 months down the line, if I'm still doing these daily videos, which I hope I'm not, but we'll see. Not for the sake that I don't enjoy them, but because I want to hit the goal soon. But if I am still doing this 6 months down the line, I imagine you'll be able to be looking a bit more bulky. I don't know, but we'll see. But yeah, so yeah, my goal for 10k a month is obviously with an agency. With the agency that I run two, one of which I run with two other friends, and the one that I'm doing right now is one that I'm doing on my own, basically. So, yeah, you can kind of backtrack everything that you want to do and everything that you want to get to in regards to finances if you actually are conservative with your numbers. But if you're selling a service or you're selling even a product, you can backtrack it and be like, right, so for every 100 people that I outreach to, how many am I going to get onto a call? Okay, 1. Easy numbers. And for every 1 call, there's a 10% close rate. So to be really, 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 really conservative, to get 10 people on a call to which you will 100% close one of them, you need to have outreach to about 1,000 people. And that correlates to 10 calls and you closing one of them. Now, those are very easy numbers. It doesn't work that easy most of the time. Sometimes it will, sometimes it won't. But it depends what niche you're in, depends what the service is, depends on the demand of the service, depends on how many people are selling your service, how saturated it is. But most of the time you can backtrack how easy it is to get to your goal. And right now it's just a case of volume, right? So you just need to get no one's going to buy a product if no one knows what your fucking product is, right? So you need to get it in front of as many people as you physically can. Now, I'm not going to sit here in every video and tell you exactly what it is that I offer, because I've said that multiple times in the past in previous videos, and I don't want to sit here and be like, right, so I do this, because it's just fucking boring, right? So basically, you can work out how you're going to get to your goal by backtracking everything. And you can upgrade your stats if you realize where your issues are and be like, right, so our sales close rate is fucking low. We need to sort it out. Why is it not good? You record your sales. You can realize, all right, fuck, why am I saying this? This is fucking me up. When I said this, why am I saying the pitch too early in the call when they haven't even get my trust yet? Why am I saying the price when I haven't even handled all the objections before I say the price? All this stuff, right? So you can optimize stuff as you go, but you're not going to get to a point of optimization if you just sit there procrastinating, trying to perfect everything before you even start, because you're fixing a problem that is yet to exist. And I've learned this the hard way, and that's why I'm telling you now with credibility, because I've learned it from my own experience, right? So most people, they see all these internet gurus, okay, how to make 10K a month, how to do this, how to do that. And because they're too scared to take action, because it's so much easier to consume content as it is to actually take action. So, I mean, not to go off on a tangent here, but you have people who watch Iman Ghazi and he gets so many viewers, to which you think, everyone's doing SMMA. Why would I start SMA? Everyone's doing SMMA. And yes, a lot of people are doing SMMA, but for every 1 million views Iman Ghazi gets, probably only 1,000 of those people actually take action on what it is that he's saying. Everyone else just sits there mental masturbating, and then they go back to their job the next day and be like, nah, I'm too tired, I can't be arsed, I'm too tired, I can't do this, oh fuck. So yes, it looks like everyone's in your niche, and everyone's making the area saturated, and yes, it is saturated, but not to the extent that you think it is. So that's my kind of takeaway there. But what was I getting at? Fuck, I've completely gone off topic. Long story short, you can work out how easy it is to get to 10K a month, right? So I can sit there and be like, okay, so the monthly value of a client is, let's say, for easy numbers again, $2,500, pounds, whatever. So with that frame of mind, you need to close 4 clients to be at 10K a month, right? Or thereabouts. So to do that, you need to work out the stats. So first of all, you need to take action, because you can't get fucking stats if you don't actually take action. So you need to sort out everything on the back end, but not fucking perfect it, to which you procrastinate for another 3 months before you actually start. Because the hardest part is sending emails and getting on the calls. So you need to do that. But while you're doing that, and while you've optimized sending what it is that you need to send, you then get those people on calls, of course. And when you're on the calls, you can record the calls, but you can also analyze everything to do with the calls to maximize your sales, right? So there's so many little roadblocks. There's sales, there's your cold emails, maybe they can be more optimized. There's a million different things that you can optimize, right? But you don't know how to optimize them until you start, right? So yes, you can think, oh no, but this isn't good, or this isn't good, but sometimes you'll be surprised, right? So you just got to fucking start and realize, okay, this isn't working, this is working, this could work, I'm going to try this, I'm going to split test this. So you just got to work it out by there. But what I'm getting at is this. You need to you can completely work out on a conservative level how much you need to put in to get the outcome that you want to have, right? So a close rate that Iman Ghazi states is 75% close rate, which is not fucking nowhere near feasible. But if you even have a close rate of 10, just make it really, really, really conservative, like 5%, right? So you have to get 20 people on calls to close them to get 1 close, okay? So that's being really conservative. There's no fucking way you don't make that happen, right? Unless you're literally you have every disability in the world and you can't talk straight to a camera, right? Which obviously, I'm no disrespect, but you know what I'm saying. So you need to get 20 people on calls to get 1 client. So that's 2,500. And for most people, that would be a good fucking decent amount of money, to which if you're my age, you can quit your job and you can actually sit here working at your desk because you're making £2,000 a month, $2,500. At 20, I mean, that gives you kind of freedom, whatever. It depends where you are in life. It depends what your finances are, what you have to pay for, stuff like this. But on the most part, if you're in the position that I'm in, if you were making that amount, you'd be good, right? And then you can go full in on what it is that you're doing. So to get 20 calls to then close 1 at a 5% close rate, you need to have sent let's say 1 out of 100 DMs, you get a call. Maybe that's over the top, maybe that's not. But we'll just say 100, just for easy numbers. You need to have sent 200 DMs to get 1 call, right? To which case, you need to send 2,000 DMs or 2,000 cold emails to get 20 calls. To which you then close one of those 20 calls. One of those 20 calls, and that gets you £2,500. And if you're telling me you can't do that, then you just don't want it bad enough, right? So that's my kind of take on that. And I mean, and that's a you've got to take into account that that's a conservative close rate, very conservative, because you're like, most of the time you're going to be closing it around. I mean, if you can actually speak and you know how to do sales and you've done your research and you've got somewhat of an experience, after a certain amount of time, maybe it'll be 5% initially, right? But to actually like some people close like 33%. That's high end, like relatively high end. So if we can just sit there at like 15-20% close rate, that then ups your closes from 20 out of 20 calls to one close. So that's 2,500 from 20. You're now sending 2,000 DMs, and you're closing 3 to 4 clients from those 20 calls that you've got from those 2,000 DMs, right? So I mean, 3 is $7,500, 4 is $10,000, and that's monthly retainers. It depends on the service you're selling. Some people, some businesses, me personally, is run on a revenue split. So the amount of money we make them, we get a certain percentage of. You obviously have a setup fee for certain services like my own, but it depends on the niche that you're in, and you can just completely backtrack everything. And if you know like relative stats to kind of go off, you can understand the amount of work that you had to put in to get the outcome that you want to get, right? So, I mean, I know all this now. I'm teaching you from my experience, and I'm in the process of taking action on this now. Not so that I've started literally today. It's been a long process, but I mean, I've got a call tomorrow at 3 p.m. To a guy that's relatively warm lead, and yeah, hopefully I can work with him, because he would be an incredible client to work with, because his audience is, I mean, relatively untapped, and I can just completely, like, I mean, done the same as I've done with Ryan Trahan, I can do the same with him, right? So it's the same kind of idea, but you get the idea. You can just work your way back, and I mean, rather than you just thinking of it as potluck, like, yeah, you know, I'm going to send a few cold DMs, I'm going to do a bit of this, I'm going to do a bit of this. I mean, people will be lazy, right? They'll come into this thinking, I've sent 20 DMs, why is this not working? Because you haven't fucking sent enough. You haven't sent enough, and maybe your messages aren't good enough. But don't overthink that until you've set a certain threshold of messages first to actually be able to say, fuck, my messages are shit, I've got to sort this out. But yeah, you can completely backtrack everything, to which it's not luck, it's just pure hard work and actually doing the things that you said you're going to do. And actually wanting it, right? So, yeah, apologies for the lighting. I mean, if I put the lighting right on my face, you would just get blinded by me, and I'll look like, I'll look more white than I am already. So I'm not going to do that. So apologies for the lighting, but you get the idea. You get what I'm trying to say. I think this mic is actually like incredibly underrated, by the way. Like, this is I'm usually use like a studio mic, and I'm using this, and apparently it's like relatively similar. You can tell me, but yeah, I mean, it was only 20 pounds, but no one cares. Anyway, yeah, so that's kind of my value there. I've said it a few times in the last few videos, but you get it a bit more so now. And I just want to say sorry for the last video yesterday. It wasn't my proudest video. I mean, even to be honest, I mean, some of my videos recently have been ones that I'm happy with. Some less so, but I feel like they've been somewhat low quality the last few days, and I just want to say sorry for that. I mean, I've been recording these every day for 96 days now, so of course I'm gonna like run out of things to talk about, or but you get the idea. So yeah, it's all about taking action, man, because if you can't take action, you're not gonna fucking get anywhere. I mean, I said it in my recent YouTube video, which is edited, which got less views than this one, well, yesterday's one, but it's fine. If you don't take action, then no one's going to come and save you. Like, you've got to be the person that does the thing that you know you've got to do, but no one does it because, for whatever reason, whether they subconsciously think that something's going to come up and be the perfect opportunity, and then they're going to work, or tomorrow I'm going to do it, or whatever. Like, you've just got to fucking do it, because it's never going to be a perfect time for you to do it, right? And I mean, it's like a common thing in sales, where they'll say, "Oh, I'm busy right now. I might start in a few months. I might do it here," because it's basically just a form of procrastination. It's just like a smoke screen that you've just got to get past, right? But people say that, and my kind of thinking is, I mean, if you start now when you're busy, when it's the hardest part, that's when it's almost the most important, right? But if you're doing it now when it's busy, imagine when it's not busy. You're going to be doing even better, right? So it's all this kind of, there's so many smoke screens. I haven't really said that as best as I could, but it is 20 minutes to 3 in the morning. But yeah, you get the idea. So it's just weird. I quite like talking on my laptop, you know. It's quite nice. But yeah, you can just backtrack everything that you're doing, really. And as long as you're a person that takes action, rather than a person that just sits there thinking they're going to take action, but would much rather sit there consuming as opposed to producing, and be someone that isn't going to get anywhere in life. I hate to say it, but I mean, that's what most people just consume, right? They don't create. And the people that make the money, the people that get to where they want to be, are the people that produce and the people that create. So you've got to seek this comfort. You've got to leave your comfort zone and do the things that you don't necessarily want to do, because those are the things that move your soul forward, move you forward as a person. And I've said this so many times. I said it in my recent video. I've said, like the one that was edited. I've said it in newsletters, which I release one today, by the way. And if you want to subscribe to my newsletter, you can do so at the top of the description. By the way, released every Wednesday at 2 p.m. I hope you enjoyed today's one. I was pretty happy with it, actually, but down to opinion. But yeah, I can't remember the exact quote. I want to remember the exact quote. Oh shit! I want to get it quoted, but I might just have to paraphrase it. Nah, I can't paraphrase it. I'll completely butcher it. Wait. I'm gonna keep this. I'm gonna keep talking just so you don't lose your attention, because everyone's got shittiest attention spans. I'm gonna keep making noises so you don't get bored. Wait. Okay, here we go. It's my favorite. This is my favorite fucking quote of procrastination, like self-help, whatever. This quote, not to anticipate you, but I'm going to anticipate you to make you keep watching, to listen to this fucking quote and actually realize how like valuable it is. This is the epitome of self-help. This is the epitome of procrastination. Everything nails down to this one quote, in my opinion. Whether you're procrastinating, whether you're not sure whether you want to do something, whether you're like, no, I don't want to go to the gym today, whether you don't want to do this today, whatever, you just think of this fucking quote by Stephen Pressfield. Shout out to him. Incredible book, Art of War, not War of Art. No, Art of War's by the other guy. War of Art by Stephen Pressfield. Incredible book, highly recommend. But the quote is this, right? Sorry to keep you waiting. The more important a call or action is to our soul's evolution, the more resistance we will feel towards pursuing it. I'm going to read it again. Fucking think. The more important a call or action is to our soul's evolution, the more resistance we will feel towards pursuing it. Do you understand? I hope you understand. But basically, what he is saying is the thing that's going to move your life forward the most, the thing that's going to get you to where you want to get to, is the thing that you know you've got to do, but you want to do the least because it's the most boring or it's got the most resistance around it. Whether it be the gym, you don't want to go to the gym, but you want to get that body because you want to pull more girls, or you want to look better, or you want to be more in shape, or you want to be healthier, whatever the fucking reason is. You don't want to go to the gym because that's the thing that's going to move you forward the most. And because of that, that's where resistance comes in and stops you from wanting to go to the gym and makes it hard for you to go to the gym. So you've got to force yourself to get over that barrier, because that barrier is what is the barrier between you and your dream self, right? So you've got to fucking get over that barrier, regardless of how you feel, because that makes a strong fucking person. That's what makes David Goggins exactly who he is. That's what makes anyone successful who they are, because they know they don't want to do something, or necessarily don't want to do something, whatever it may be, whether it be with their life, whether it be with business, whether it be with whatever, doesn't matter. But they know where they want to get to, and they know what they've got to do to get there, and they do those fucking things. They don't fucking procrastinate them like 99% of people do. They just fucking do them, right? So just think about that next time you don't want to do something, because if you don't do those things, no one's going to come and fucking save you, and you're just going to be wasting more time, and then you're going to get to the age of however old and be looking back in your life and be like, fuck, I could have been so much more, man. And you're never going to get that opportunity back again. So you either do it now or you do it later. Simple as that. Really. So, yeah. I mean, I'm not trying to talk like completely, like, I know actually the age group of my YouTube is majority 18 to 25, so I'm not really talking to teenagers, but I'm not saying to go and not enjoy your life and just completely get rid of fucking everything. Maybe you can do that for a certain period of time, cool, for a season or so, but as long as you're actually doing it, not just procrastinating doing it. But don't sacrifice your life and things that you'll look back on with fondness when you're older. Don't sacrifice them for an extra 2, 3, 4 hours of work. Yeah, because they're rare, right? If they're actually something that you're going to look back on and remember when you're younger, then you do them. Because, I mean, this is really hard for me to explain. And I'm not talking going out on a fucking Saturday and blacking out. That's not what I'm saying, because that's not something you're going to fucking remember when you're 80. But something like, even as simple as going on a walk with your family, or going on a dog walk with your family, and you say, no, I'm walking, because it's so easy to say, no, I'm working. But those are the kind of things that you were going to wish you had back when you're older. Those are the things that you're going to wish that you could do when you're older. And those extra 2, 3, however long the dog walk is, or whatever it is that you're doing, they're not going to move your life forward that much that you should say no to things like that. So, I mean, if you're doing it every day, then of course, maybe you can, whatever. But that's just an example, like a dog walk or just anything like that you turn down just so you can, quote unquote, work. I think actually don't completely ruin your life and just completely be an absolute like antisocial prick just because you want to get to a certain place. I mean, I respect the hustle, but even a lot of people, they'll say that they're working and they'll say that, nah, I'm working. And then they'll just sit there and they'll do like what they could have done in 15 minutes in 3 hours, because they sit there focusing for 5 seconds, then they'll watch a bit of YouTube, then they'll go and like, oh no, I want to change my Spotify song, then they'll check Twitter for a minute. I'm talking from experience here, so I know what the fuck I'm talking about. They'll go and do whatever. So what they could have done in 15 minutes has taken them 3 hours. And next thing you know, your day's gone. And next thing you know, it's next week. And next thing you know, you're fucking so much older. Like, you've just got to fucking nail the fuck down. Because I've wasted the last like 2 years. I mean, 2 years of my life. I mean, of course, I've moved forward somewhat. I've started working with like one of the biggest YouTubers in the world. And of course, I don't want to flex, but I've achieved things, right? But I could have done so much more. And I know I could have done so much more. And I speak, not so that I'm being so hard on myself, but there's a lot of times where I go to bed at night and I'll be like, I intended to be productive today and I've done absolutely jack shit. And I imagine a lot of you have had the same kind of experience. So, yeah. I mean, man. You just gotta nail down, man. Genuinely. It's this thing. It's work hard, play hard. And I said this in my edited video the other day. But if you're working, you're working. If you're playing, you're playing. And if you're working, you just get rid of all the distractions that stop you from working. As long as you know that work is moving you forward, there should be nothing else that takes away from what it is that you're doing. Unless it's fucking really important, like someone in your family's gone to hospital, right? Of course, then. But like if you're constantly checking Instagram while you're trying to do something, it's gonna take you so much longer to do it. Whereas if you just sit there and be like, okay, for this 6 hour period, or not even 6 hours, but we'll just say for 6 hours, for example, for this 6 hour period, I'm gonna just work distractionless. Imagine how much fucking shit you'd get done. But now you long it out to a 16-hour day, to which you're never actually enjoying yourself because you're always working, but you're not fucking working. You're just wasting your time because it's taking you so much longer to do what it is that you intend to do, because you're like, yeah. Oh, okay, cool. I've got 3 DMs. Okay, let me just respond to them. Okay, let me just finish this sentence. Oh, I don't know what to write here. Okay, let me check my phone again. What have I missed on Twitter? I've got a reply on Twitter. Oh, cool. Like you can't do anything, and everything takes you 10 times longer to complete. So if you can just sit there for 6 hours, you get to work at like 9 a.m. and you work until 3 p.m. or 4 p.m. if you take an hour lunch break, whatever. You finish at 4 p.m. and that's 6 hours of work. If you're working 6 hours on something that it moves your life forward, you're going to be doing so much more for that thing than someone that's doing a 9 to 5 in a job that they don't like because they get no bonuses from putting in extra work. So that, to which they then go into that 9 to 5 working bare minimum, to which they don't get fired, and that's all they do. To which in that 8 hour period, yeah, you'd be like, okay, but he's worked 8 hours. This guy's only working 6 hours. He's going to move life forward. He should at least do 8 hours. These guys that work 8 hour shifts, they can do. I'm 20, so take what I'm saying with a grain of salt. But these guys, they work an 8 hour shift, and then they can do what they've done in 8 hours in like 3-4 hours, if not less. It depends on what it is, on the work that they do. It depends on the job that they have, whatever. But on the whole, if you're actually locked in and you didn't get distracted on what it is that you're doing, and you're actually motivated to do it because there was a goal you wanted to achieve, and this is the thing, this is the vehicle that's going to get you to your goal, of course you're going to fucking do it. And you'll just stay fucking locked in. To which, in the hours that you work, you're going to get so much shit done. And then you finish at 4 p.m. after your hour's lunch break, and you start at 9, so 6 hours of work, 1 hour, whatever the fuck you want to do with your schedule. It's down to you, it's down to how you work, whatever. You finish at 4 p.m. You've still got so much time left in your day. From 4 p.m. and you've done 6 hours of deep work. If you do that every day, you're going to get so fucking far and so much further ahead of your competition. Like, mate, it's fucking crazy. And that's only 6 hours, well, that's 7 hours of your day gone, right? Maybe you have an hour's morning routine that you meditate and take a deep cold shower and like do some journaling and shit or whatever your little zesty fucking morning routine is, right? But you start work at 9 and you've woken up at 8 o'clock, whatever the fuck. You start working at 9. You've been awake for 8 hours come 4 p.m. You've still got 8 hours left until you next go to sleep, to which you're in a 24-hour schedule of sleeping 8 hours, awake for 16, which is like the default, right? So, and that's kind of 8 hours sleep. That's not even 7, that's 8. So, if you can just lock in and just do exactly what it is that you say you're going to do for an extended period of time, you're going to get so fucking far. But so many people just waste so much time during their day because they just can never be focused on one thing, because everyone has the attention span of a goldfish, because everyone sits there watching fucking people shaking their ass on TikTok every day. Like, come on, man, the competition is so fucking low. And even though I say this and I'm going to get no views, you got to understand that you guys fucking watching this are killers, because I mean, you've sat here, if you're still listening to me now, you've sat here for 27 minutes as of this moment, listening to me ramble about stuff that I think may be valuable, I don't know. But you're still fucking sitting here watching, right? So you're going to be the person that's going to move forward in your life. But only if you take action. And it's not actually that hard. And the competition is so low because no one does anything that I've just fucking said. So the competition is so low, you just got to be the person that takes action regardless of how they feel. Remember the quote I said before? I'll read it out again. The more important a call or action is to our soul's evolution, the more resistance we will feel towards pursuing it. So just take that into account whenever you don't want to do something, and fucking do it, man. Because, as I say, it doesn't take that much time if you go all in on what it is that you're doing to get results. And if you know what it is that you're doing and you've done the backlog of, okay, if I send this many DMs and this is sorted and this whatever, you do that, you're going to get to where you want to get to. And hence why I'm talking with such, I don't want to say credibility, but I'm talking with such sincerity the way I'm talking, because I intend to finish this series soon. And I'm going to do that with the process that I've given you. So as long as you know what it is that's going to get you to where you want to get to, and you've completely broken it down, and then you sit there for 6 hours a day, locked in, doing the thing that you know you need to do, of course you're going to fucking get there. Of course. All it takes is fucking getting your name in front of people and then being able to make them pay you on a call. That's as simple as that. And yes, you can optimize your sales. And I mean, I do recommend watching, if you've never done sales before, watching a shit ton of videos on sales by Alex Hormozy or whoever. But that is literally it. Like that is an Imad Ghazi SMMA course summarized into a 29-minute, 30-second video. You can disagree with me. You can agree with me, whatever. I mean, that's not the whole principle. Obviously, everything else can be done like better and explained better and more in depth, and there's a lot of other things that go into it. But those are the main principles. It's making your brand. It's understanding the service that you're selling. Getting your name in front of as many people as possible in whatever form that may be, whether it be cold DM, cold calling, cold email, paid ads, whatever it is. You get it in front of as many people as possible. You then have a funnel to get them onto a call. You then close them on the call, and if your sale is relatively high ticket, like $2,500 or $2,000, even that $1,500, even whatever it is, you only need to close a certain amount of deals to be living the life that you kind of dreamed of living and being able to work from wherever. So it's as simple as that. That is the framework. You just got to understand what your goal is and how much it takes for you to get there, and how many DMs it takes for you to get a certain amount of calls, and then how many people you close out of 10 calls, or the percentage of your close rate, or whatever. Simple as that. So you can do that, and you're going to get to where you want to be. So yeah, if you want more information and more insight on things like this, you can go and check out my newsletter, which I release on 2 p.m. every single Wednesday, 2 p.m. UK time, that is. You can check that out, top of the description. I'll also put the quote there. I do recommend, like, if you can put that quote anywhere, I mean, that would probably help you. I don't know, I haven't done it, but I would imagine, because I think back to it every single time I don't want to do something. So I'll put it at the top of the description, as well as my newsletter. You can check that out. I would really fucking appreciate it, because I put so much time into that newsletter every week. So yeah, you can check that out at the top of the description. But with that said, keep fucking doing what you're doing. And if you've watched this far into the video, I mean, like, all it takes is action, man, because you've got the attention span that no one else has. So yeah, appreciate you, boys. There's not much more I need to say. Just see you tomorrow night at hopefully not 3 a.m. Okay, but sorry again for the last few videos. I'm not proud of them in the slightest, but you know, they've got to stay uploaded because I'm not fucking up the schedule. Anyway, yeah, love you, boys, and see you tomorrow night. Appreciate you. Bye.